Hello everybody and welcome back to Cooperative Multiplayer. So, thanks to everybody who took part in the vote for whether or not we should use Sales Plus. I think we do have a fairly overwhelming yes, so yeah, we've got Sales Plus in store, which gives us a much bigger range of used machinery in the used machinery store. And as you can see, yeah, there's a good selection. Things are appearing all the time, things will disappear as well. But despite this fairly significant selection that we do have here, there's really only one cultivator which we can sort of target because we just don't have the power. We need a bigger tractor really, but yeah, where's it gone? Hopefully it hasn't disappeared already. That would be so typical. No, there it is. So there is that one. It's 18,874. So we could actually buy that right now, but it does require 150 horsepower, so it's debatable whether or not we can actually pull it. Our tractor is only 103 or something. So we have agreed to purchase the cultivator because there's no harm in getting it. If we can't pull it, which we probably won't be able to, then we can just save up for a bigger tractor. Now, as much as I don't want to get this tractor again, where's it gone? That one there. It is, you can't argue, you can't deny that it is a lot of horsepower for the money. So we could just sell a few more trees and then we could buy that, and that is 230 horsepower. It's pretty significant. But yeah, let's just try it first of all without buying another tractor. I don't think we need to change anything here. Although, yeah, we'll just keep it at that. So, 18,874 purchased. And why did it say 24,500? Interesting. But no, it can't. Nah, it did take the amount that it showed because we didn't have that much money, did we? So either I did just pay for some upgrade or it wasn't the price that it was showing. I don't know. Maybe I did miss something there. But that was still cheaper than new, wasn't it? How much would that have been new? We basically paid the new price. Okay. Well, that's gonna have to be looked at. I'm just wondering, maybe because I did change something here, maybe it did charge us more, but it's still showing 18. I don't know. We'll have to see if it does it again with a future one, I suppose. So yeah, this thing is pretty heavy. We really didn't expect to be able to do it, but chainsaw does not have the front loader on, so that would have acted as sort of counterweight, but I think realistically we're not going to be able to pull it anyway. So yeah, let's sell logs and we'll try and buy the Deutz. Hopefully it doesn't mess up and try and charge us the new price, but we'll just have to keep trying it. So yeah, let's just get some more logs loaded up and sold. It's not something we're going to be doing a huge amount of hopefully in this episode, because I know that episode 2 was a little bit slower paced than I was hoping. But yeah, that I suppose is part of it when you're going with this approach. We're starting off with fairly... Well, we actually do start off with quite a lot of machinery, but it's all very similar in size. So it's still quite tricky. Anyway, as I do not have a tractor and front loader which can pick up trees, I'm going to have to pick the smaller pieces up by hand. And, well, I could actually just cut the bigger trees into smaller sections. That would be fine as well. Just to throw them into the trailer. So they just need to be manageable sized pieces. Like that sort of size, that should be fine. And then we can sell what we cut. And hopefully we'll attempt to buy the Deutz farm. Or if something else comes up which is better, we can go for that instead. But yeah, that's working well. Although I haven't actually taken off all the branches. We actually do have 3 trailers. We've got a flatbed as well, which we probably should use for this sort of thing. And we do need to get like a placeable tool bag. A placeable toolbox just for reconfiguring things, because we don't have anything like that on this map, and it would be extremely handy. I've lost my last piece. There it is. Right, so yeah, we don't even need to make that much money. I'll see you in a minute. And away we go. So yeah, that first one I think was just terrible because we were selling dead wood. I think every single tree in there was probably a dead tree. And as we already know from playing on the other previous maps, dead trees are not really worth it at all. The deadwood contracts are worth it because you get paid for just cutting the tree down, but the actual selling of the tree, not worth it at all. So here goes chainsaws. That was much better. 10,115. And mine, both of which were living trees. 7,785, which means we're almost at the amount that the Deutschfar claims to be. Machinery does keep appearing in the sale. Feels like it's one machine every hour, which definitely means the mod is working because, yeah, normally I think just a few machines change at midnight, and that's it. So, yeah, only problem is, the machine that appeared was this. And I think that's just a little bit out of our price range. Now, where's Chainsaw going? This area is probably more likely going to become a field. I don't know. The only problem with making it the yard is it's just not flat at all. So building on it would be extremely difficult. But if it's the clearing, we can just turn it into a field. That would be fine. So anyway, just going to get a few more loaded up. I realise we've shown a lot of tree loading in the past 3 episodes, so literally just going to jump cut until we're loaded, and then we'll sell it, and then we can hopefully buy the tractor, if it will let us. Well, here we go. It was just all the offcuts from that big tree I took down. Really awkward pieces. So, no idea if they're going to be worth anything, but we don't have that far to go. What a mess this thing is. Right, just about fitting in there. So, yep, that's got us to that amount, but will we be able to buy the tractor? Chainsaw's brought the forest with him, he's just brought an entire tree. Goodness me. I thought mine was messy, although he's got some good wood on there. Yeah, nice. So, let's have a look here. See if I can find it again. There it is. I'm going to keep everything as standard. No, it won't let me buy it. Okay. I just left the server and rejoined, and you can see we've got a much different list here in the used machinery sales. So I think that generated list before must have not actually been a functional list. This must be what's actually in the current used machinery sale. So yeah, as you can see, that tractor isn't there. So I suspect if I did try and buy something here, if we had the money for it, it would work. So we just need to wait. We just need to wait for a tractor to come through again, which is on that list now. So really we need to sleep. So the time is at 3:60, and yeah, it looks like it is putting a new machine in every hour, so we can keep a close eye on things. We don't have a home or anything, we don't have anywhere to live, so we can just keep looking at things popping up in the sale. Did anything appear? No, nothing appeared at 3 o'clock, did it? Interesting then. Well, I wonder what will happen at midnight. That's going to be really interesting. Let's go and have a look at our field, because we do have a crop growing, which is really nice. But we just want to be able to expand. Right, here comes midnight. We've got £45,000 though, so it's not all bad. We want to be able to spray off these weeds as well. Right, okay. So some things disappeared, but nothing new appeared. Ah, here we go. Things are appearing now. So that header's there. Let's just have a look and see what we've got at 8 in the morning. There's a horse pronto. Anyone for a grape harvester? There's a grape harvester. So, yeah, either we've completely misunderstood how this mod works, or it doesn't seem to be working as effectively as it might do. So I guess what I might have to do is have a twist in this little storyline where we can only buy something which is on the used machinery page. Like we can get it to generate an entire massive list of machines, but regardless of what it's showing, we'd still be paying the new price. So it's like giving us a selection of machines that we can buy, but you'd still have to pay new. It would be new, but you'd still have to pay new price as well. So this is interesting. Of course, if we have just completely misunderstood the mod, please do comment down below. Any guidance would be very much appreciated. But yeah, no tractor for us there. It's a new day again, and some more things have appeared. A combine, lizard dragon, which is not a bad buy actually, and a curtain sider, but really not what we need. So I'm improvising. I've picked up the weight. Oh, this is never going to work. But my plan was to try and bring the cultivator back anyway. Okay, let's just see if we can get it anyway. And if we can't sort out the used machinery mod, then yeah, I guess we'll just have to just buy whatever we need from the store. But we'll keep trying. And look, I've managed to pick it up, which proves that this tractor is very front heavy. Because the other tractor, which is more powerful, couldn't pick it up. I know we do have the front loader, but it doesn't even feel remotely light on the front. Now let's see what it can actually do in the field. Now downhill, I wouldn't really expect it to have any problems. Uphill, I don't think it'll be able to pull it, because this tractor is the smaller one of the two. But that's the other weird thing. The other little cultivator seems to have vanished, which is a bit of a mystery. Right, okay, well we'll just see what we can do with this. Anything is better than nothing, I suppose. Well, as you saw there in that big time lapse, we did try a few things, and well, we did manage to pull the bigger cultivator, but it just probably would be slower to keep going with it at the speed it was doing. So we're back to these, we're back to the small ones, but just think, when this field is done, that's a big area. That is a really, really big area. So if we can do all that successfully, then the harvest this year, regardless of having minute machinery, is still going to be rather impressive. So that is going to open up the opportunity to hopefully buy a much, much bigger tractor. And if we are just going to be able to buy whatever from the store, then it probably would be a very wise idea soon to buy a four-wheel drive version of one of these. Like we could buy that with a turbo, no, not that one, this one with a turbo, 150 horsepower, four-wheel drive. It would make a lot of sense. Would obviously replace one of these. But anyway, seemingly we're on a mission to get this done. So I don't know. I don't think there's that much left to do. It's hard to judge, but let's just keep going for a little bit. If we can get it done, that would be absolutely amazing. would you believe it? We've done it. So, I wonder if, when this is done, we'll be able to buy the sampling for the field. Because it would be a real field. Let's take a look on the precision farming page. Okay. So, yeah, I think we can. It would be £1,225. Don't know what it will actually do. We've got a rating of 46. So yeah, let's buy it. And there we go. We've got our soil information for the time being. So, soil types, yeah, not that good really. Great, okay. But we do have a lot of land. So we can, if there is still time, which I think there is, if we can get the machinery, we can still apply nitrogen to our crops and also this field here, which hasn't even been drilled yet. So this is really good. This is a very positive thing, especially for our first year. And yeah, this series has ended. It's definitely not ending yet. This episode has ended in a different way to what I was expecting. I did not think we were going to get that far. I definitely didn't think we were going to get it sampled as well. So this is great. This sets us up nicely for the next episode when we can drill and spread fertilizer and all that sort of stuff. We're on the right track. And yeah, we'll just determine what to do with used machinery after reading the comments. So as I said, thank you very much to anybody who does help out. And yeah, I think this is probably a great place to finish actually. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's been a funny one, but we're getting there. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.